Good morning and welcome to the chat on Newsday Amarillo and News Channel 10-2. I'm David Lovejoy.
And I'm looking beyond the stars. Chuckalicious, Chuck Williams.
And joining us right now from the Amarillo Zoo, our friend Dylan. And Dylan's got, like I said, he's got a ready-made costume already set up for himself with this pirate. What do you got with you, Dylan? How you doing today?
Today I have Callie, our green-winged macaw. She's just hanging out on my shoulder, so she is being a pirate with me today. But she is usually off display. She is used for our education program, so she gets a lot of interaction with kids and campers, and as well as the public and in those programs. So she just stays off display so she can rest up for those programs.
Oh, wow. Big deal. So she does her whole act and the whole 9 yards. That's pretty cool. How old is she?
She is 16 years old, so she's very, very young. So these macaws can live up to 80 plus years in captivity.
Whoa. Dylan, let me ask you this. Do macaws talk?
Yes, they do talk, so they do mimic. Callie here can mimic. She says a wide variety of different things. She'll go, "R, meow, peekaboo, tweet, roar," as well as yum yum, and then she also can talk, mimic sounds. So she can also say, "I love you, come here, step up, good girl, hi." And my favorite one she likes to yell is "Grandpa."
Oh, wow.
That is unique. Well, Dylan, the zoo is just going at 50,000 miles an hour. A lot of stuff to participate in this summer. Tell us a little bit about summer camps.
Yep, so we do have summer camp. So we do have one camp happening this week right now, Once Upon a Time. But there are more opportunities for summer. We have our next week, we do have our Feast for Beasts. So it'll be more food-related activities with the animals, going to learn how zookeepers prepare diets. And the campers get to make their own cookbook with animal-themed snacks.
Oh,
Wow.
That's not a bad deal at all. That's not a bad deal. Now, you're also having a camp the 10th through the 14th around the world. What's that going to entail?
Yep, so we're going all around to all the different continents besides North America for campers to see all the different animals that live there. So it's just in the safety of your local zoo to kind of travel the world and meet the animals that would call those continents home.
Wow, that's a good thing. And the League of Our Own, what's that dealing with?
League of Our Own is superheroes and supervillains. So we'll be relating our favorite superheroes and villains to the animals here at the zoo and how those heroes and villains got their powers based on animals. And then the campers at the end of the week will get to make their own comic book.
Wow. Go ahead, Chuck.
The one I'm interested in, the Safari Saturdays. That sounds like that's my idea of fun. Tell me about that.
Yep. So Safari Saturdays is a fun program that we have every Saturday, all the way to August 12th, where guests can come on out to the zoo, and we do have two events during that day, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. It could be a safari show, an animal encounter, a snake train, a parrot walk, or an enrichment event. So it's different every Saturday, so it's not the same thing.
Dylan, we've had some swings in weather. We had the flooding, the hard rains up in Perryton. Of course, they had the severe weather. Now we're trending first day of summer. We're looking at hundreds, higher temperatures. Is there anything special you have to do, or are there some animals that do better or worse in this type of weather?
Definitely our camels are thriving right now in this weather. It can get a little hot for them still with the harsh sun, so they do roll in the dirt and mud. And so if you see the camels laying down, acting dramatic, they're just rolling in the dirt to stay nice and cool. So it's a natural thing. Our lions like to lay in the shade and also in the sun. They produce an oil on their fur that does help them protect them from that harsh sun that they would in Africa. But most of our animals, we do give them access to go inside, or we give them, we put sprinklers in or giant buckets of ice for them to play with and help cool down.
Ooh. You never think about it. I normally think of something like a camel. You never think about a camel getting too hot. I mean, out there, hey, Sahara Desert and all this other stuff. But that's kind of a myth, so to speak, is it not?
Kind of. It all depends on that temperature. Most of them have adapted to survive. As long as they have the resources that they need, they'll be good, and no matter how high of heat for that. But with our girls, they just kind of are more dramatic, so
Yeah.
to speak.
Yeah, well, yeah. Now we need to talk about something here. When you come into the zoo, it's for the people, it's for the public, but there's certain rules you have to follow. There's certain things that you need to address, and it's becoming an issue. Etiquette and feeding animals and putting yourself in dangerous position. Have you seen a rise in this, Dylan?
We have seen a rise in it. We've had a lot of guests try and feed our animals, especially our barnyard animals, our camels, branches from trees. They break off from the tree and then try and feed it to our animals. Our animals are on a controlled diet, so we're giving them the food that they need. It might be fun to try and get that close encounter, but please do not try and feed the animals. It's best for your safety and the animal safety and the zookeeper safety, because that can also, if that animal gets sick from that food, zookeepers do have to go in, and that is a potential danger for us if that animal is acting really, really aggressive or is just feeling really unwell and wants to protect itself.
Dangerous, dangerous situation. So you have people actually sticking fingers in cages and that kind of nonsense.
Yep. So we do have some people trying to pet our animals through the fence, even though there's no petting allowed here at the zoo. The only ones that are allowed to be pet are the donkeys because they're more friendly. But I've seen kids and parents stick fingers and arms through fences to try and pet our pig, as well as our goats. And our goats do not like to be pet. He actually likes to ram fingers.
Oh my God.
So it's
Whoa.
so there are signage around the zoo that does say, please don't pet the animals. Just because there's not a sign at that animal does not mean you can go pet it or feed it. It's always best to follow our rules here at the zoo for your safety, the animal safety, and for the staff safety.
I think one thing people have to do is remember this is their home. This is their house, and you need to act accordingly.
Yeah, that's I think a big lesson people need to learn is we this is their home. You wouldn't like it if someone came into your house to poke you in the face, feed you food that you necessarily do not need. So it's best to leave the animals alone. Please follow our rules. If you have questions about any of our animals, please ask a staff member, either a zookeeper or education staff walking around the zoo, or go up to our admissions booth with our guest services, with our admissions and staff, and they'll more than happy to get a zookeeper or a staff member that can help answer your question.
Tons of stuff going on at the Amarillo Zoo. You can go to their Facebook page or you go to their website. Lots of camps on the way, and just fun with the animals. Go out and spend a day, hang out at the Amarillo Zoo. Dylan, have a great day. Be careful.
Yes, thank you, and you too.
All right, all right. Dylan there with the Amarillo Zoo. Tons of activities. Once again, go to their Facebook page for more information. Right now, we're going to